Hi Year 3, today I'm going to show you how to grow your very own salt crystals. For this experiment you will need an adult to do it with you as it involves the use of boiling water. So you cannot do this one on your own, it needs to be done with adult supervision. So for this experiment you are going to need a glass jar like this. You're going to need a spoon for stirring. You're going to need a piece of string. Now it's better if the string is quite rough rather than smooth because this is what we're going to actually grow the crystals on. The crystals need something rough to latch onto rather than smooth where they could fall off. So piece of string. You also need a pencil or a lolly stick, something like this that will sit on top of the jar so that our string will fall into the jar. We also need some table salt and optionally, you can use food colouring. I have some blue food colouring that I happen to have, but you don't have to use food colouring at all. So our first job is to attach the string to the lollipop stick at the top. I'm going to wrap it around a few times, making sure it's secure, and then I'm going to turn it over and tighten a knot. So it's nice and secure. First tie, and then I think I'll do a second one too, just to make sure it's absolutely secure and not going to fall off. Okay, I'm now going to test how long I need the string to be in the jar. What we don't want is the string touching the bottom of the jar, as this will make our crystals really small. So I'm just going to cut the string about here. And now I can test it in the jar and see if it touches the bottom, which it does, so it's too long, so I'll just take it shorter. Once you're happy that your string is attached to the lolly stick and it's not touching the sides of the jar or the bottom of the jar, then you're ready for the next step, which is making our salt solution. That's a mixture of boiling water, this is where you'll need your adult help, and table salt. You need to be really careful with this part because the boiling water is very hot, and as you pour it into the glass jar, it's going to make all of this glass very hot, so we can't touch the glass at all. With the boiling water, pour in half a jar's worth, just like that. Then you're going to add the table salt and you're going to stir it in until it dissolves. So we want to keep the salt dissolving in the jar until we can't see any more. Once it's gone, I'm going to add more salt. Keep stirring until it's all dissolved away. So at the moment, I can still see the salt crystals in the bottom. So keep stirring until they've gone, so it can take more salt. And this is called making a salt solution. We're just dissolving the salt into the boiling water. Keep stirring with our spoon until no more salt will dissolve into the water. So that's gone, I can add more salt. The more salt we have in our solution, the better the chance of making good crystals. Can you see the salt crystals that are left right at the bottom? These ones aren't dissolving. That means that our solution is now saturated with salt. That means that we can't add any more salt. No more salt will dissolve into the water. It's fully saturated with salt. So we can't add any more now because we're not getting that last bit of salt to dissolve into the water anymore. Even though I keep stirring it, no more will dissolve in. That's saturated with salt. It means that we're now ready to add our food colouring. So remember, this part is optional. I've gone for some blue, that's all I had at home. Give that a little stir around too. This means that my crystals should grow in a blue colour. If you haven't got any food colouring at home, don't worry, just leave the salt water as it is and then you'll grow clear or a white coloured crystal. Then we're going to submerge our string making sure it's not touching the side of the pot, making sure that it's not touching the bottom, just like this. So once you're finished to this point where you can see the string in the bottom and you've got your solution ready, you need to leave it like this for between 1 and 2 weeks. This is quite a slow experiment, so you can keep looking at it every day. You might not see any crystals forming for a week, but then between 1 week and 2 weeks, you might see your crystals starting to form on the string and starting to grow and get bigger. Have a go at home, see what you manage to grow. Do you grow large crystals, small crystals? What colour are they? How long does it take for your first crystals to form? How long does it take for your crystals to get larger? There's lots of things for you to observe and find out using this experiment. Send us some pictures to let us know how you get on. Good luck!